Yeah.
All right. Then let's talk about Mad Men, I guess.
All right, Mad Men.
I know the name of this show. Never seen a
dude.
single episode of it.
Yeah, it's
Holy
like
shit, what a
it's
good
like advertising, right?
This is like the Chad show before Chad shows existed. Like John Hamm plays like a Giga Chad.
I love John Hamm as an actor.
But like it's great because in the show it starts out as like John I think he's called Don in the show. He's this kind of, he knows everything. He's smart. He's killing it. But as the show goes on, they slowly introduce flaws to him and humanize him, and in a way that feels great. And it's about, it deals with a lot of the topics at the time. Like this is like 1950s. It deals with a lot of sexism. It deals with a lot of misogyny. It deals with other cultures not being recognized at the time and how that interacts. Mad Men is about Don and the ad agency. They make ads for people. So a lot of the time, the show is just, how do we make this ad?
Like for newspapers and billboards and stuff like that, I
Big
guess?
brands. They're like the premium A-grade
Yeah.
marketing company in New York, Manhattan.
Okay.
Well, this is when like ad agencies started to become like a real big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where they started realizing, if you advertise correctly, you can make like a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, a lot of the drama comes from, okay, we're interacting with this client. They have these needs and how that character interacts. And it's a great way of introducing characters for a few episodes that have a big impact on the main cast.
Yeah.
And then how that kind of plays out in their life.
Yeah.
And there's a great scene that I feel like after you've lived in Japan, you're like, yes, I understand this. They have there's a scene where they like have a fucking, they meet with like Toyota or something, one of the Japanese car brands.
Right.
And they made like the ad agency compete against another ad agency to make the best ad. And he walked in like Geek Chat, like, I will not make an ad to compete. You will buy my services or you are not welcome. And they go out. And it was just like this whole thing of like, I will not dance for you. I will. I was like, I feel that so much now. This happens so much in Japan where we have to do bullshit.
Wow.
No. But it's great. It's a great show. If you want to...
What makes it good? What makes it good?
Characters.
Characters?
I think like Better Call Saul, which I'll talk about, really good characters, really good writing.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. Nothing crazy happens. Nothing explosive happens every episode. It's just, if you like people talking, you like good dialogue, you like development.
I like good dialogue.
It's just a great show. And it's very slow to start with. I think that's the problem with a lot of people don't get into it because it feels like, all right, when's something going to happen? But they're just laying the foundation. I really love Mad Men.
Because like I've always found the advertising world just interesting to begin with.
I feel like I explained it poorly by the way.
It's like, especially seeing like the evolution of the advertising world. Like you look at like the old days in like the 60s or something, and like an advertisement would literally be, here's my product. Here's what it does.
Right.
Let me list off all the benefits of using this product. And then, like, I think like somewhere along the line, I'm not sure if it was like,
it must be TV. I reckon.
It was TV. No, this was on TV. By the way. But somewhere along the line, I think like the biggest example I can give of is like I can think of is like the cigarette industry. Where Marlboro started like they stopped marketing their products and they started like marketing a feeling, a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where instead of just being like, hey, here are cigarettes, they're gonna fucking kill you. By the way, buy our product. They're like, this is the American way.
Yeah, it's like peak 1950s America where they're figuring that stuff out.
Wasn't it like Coca-Cola that were like one of the first ones to do it? Where
it might have been
really
Coca-Cola
just like this is the feeling that you get.
Yeah,
this is what it's like. It's like the how it feels to chew 5 gum. It's like that shit.
But it's great. It's a long one. It's got like 9 seasons.
Okay,
right. But you slowly watch Don's life change quite a lot. But it's good. It's good though. It's worth it. I got into it and I couldn't stop. Like it was enthralling.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
We also have Futurama. I mean, need I say much about Futurama?
Yeah. Honestly,
we were all this close.
I guess
to
we
putting
were
it
all
on.
this close to putting Futurama on.
It's like, I don't know. It's like, how do you make like it's like Matt Groening decided, I'm gonna make a show that's funnier than Simpsons, has a storyline, has characters that you love more, and just hits every note.
I feel as well the humor is a little more geared towards like the older generation. I feel.
Oh yeah,
because Simpsons has a lot of
early
like,
Simpsons is very good.
Well, early Simpsons, yeah, but like around like comparing it to the Simpsons during the time that Futurama was airing, like alongside
it definitely felt like they cared way more about Futurama.
This is kind of like a throwback to more the old school Simpsons type of shit, right? Yeah, but it looks cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've always loved about Futurama is that they actually gave a shit about the sci-fi setting in the world. Yeah. It wasn't just like a haha here wacky setting haha. They're like, there are so many episodes in Futurama that they really delved into this like really like niche scientific concept or something like that. It was basically kind of like peak Rick and Morty before Rick and Morty existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Futurama ran so Rick and Morty could walk. I wonder how many Rick and Morty fans are going to piss off with that.
Yeah, I like Rick and Morty. But yeah, I mean, it's especially like when they started delving into more of the story aspects of Futurama. Holy shit!
Oh, some of the later episodes made me cry.
Yeah, like fucking Fry's dog is gonna fucking stick with. I mentioned that, and everyone has the exact same reaction.
Just like really funny jokes as well, like using the sci-fi setting to like a huge advantage.
Yeah,
like I just like one of the first episodes, right? It's like Bender goes in the suicide booth, right? tries to con it, and I feel like that tells you literally everything you need to know about Bender. The guy doesn't want to pay even for his own suicide. Will try and con it, and then gives up immediately. Like it's such good writing, and you can tell that everyone on the team cared so much about making this show as funny as possible. And I just love it so much, and I love the episode where Fry drinks like 100 coffees. One of my favorite ones. I fucking love that episode so much.
That's such a good fucking episode.
I fucking love that episode so much.
What I love about Futurama is just the cast as well. It's just it's rare that you see such a perfectly balanced cast. Like even I think it's like even better than The Simpsons. In terms of balance.
The side characters definitely shine in that show, and even like the every now and then characters that you see, and like just some of the concepts that you see, like obviously because like because it's Futurama and like Matt Groening show, it's like okay, we'll throw in maybe like a couple of like celebrity nod-ins and stuff like that. But the fact that these like celebrity cameos make their way into Futurama as just a head,
Richard Nixon
in a glass is like that's like immediately way more funnier than just like here's the character that you all know and love that just comes into the frame. It's like it's a little more interesting.
And then
I guess the
I have two final ones. Arcane.
Sure.
Arcane.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry, come on.
All right. What about Better Call Saul?
No, so Arcane is fantastic.
There's like 70 clips of you guys talking about Arcane.
I just think that Arcane should be watched. This is your weekly reminder to watch Arcane if you haven't. I am frothing at the thought of getting a season 2.
All right, duly noted. Do you want to talk about Better Call Saul?
And I just think they released it behind the scenes recently that was fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
That really just showed how much love and care went into it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, what you said, Connor.
Yeah, what you said.
I don't know what more I can say about Arcane.
It's
a show that hits the ground running. It's good.
Save me.
It's Joey's favorite show.
I love it.
All right.
Hunter and Arcane, my top 2 favorites.
So I figured that Gaunt would not put Breaking Bad because maybe we're going to talk about it anyway. I don't know if maybe Gaunt did put Breaking Bad. I figured we're going to talk about Breaking Bad and that universe.
Spoiler, I didn't actually put Breaking Bad.
I've never even seen it.
But I figured we would want to talk about it in some capacity.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's Breaking fucking Bad.
Yeah.
My favorite show.
Are you putting Breaking Bad or are you putting Better Call Saul?
It's the universe.
The universe?
Yeah, okay. I think like because it's
what is that universe?
I would put both of them on here, but I feel
what
like
is that universe called?
Okay.
The Metaverse?
The Vince Gilligan universe. I don't know. Like the whole world of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul is fantastic. And honestly, I mean, the only reason I put Better Call Saul is because it just finished recently, and it was insane. It's so good. Like one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. Like flat out.
Wow.
I mean, I've been watching this show weekly. Well, not weekly. Like since it aired weekly. Since I was in university.
Right.
Because I was watching Breaking Bad when that was airing weekly when I was like 15, and I just think that there's something about it that, I mean, it clearly captivates everyone online as well.
Yeah.
People are in love with this world and the show. And I think it's just because of how just careful and how meticulous all the character writing is.
Yeah.
And how, there's a lot of twists and turns in Breaking Bad and in Better Call Saul, but it doesn't feel like it's done for any particular shock value. It's like, if a character dies, it is a big, big deal. And it's dealt with really severely in the show. And a character's death has such rippling effects on everyone in the cast. And it bothers them and it changes how they view things. And I can't do it justice. I mean, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, you probably know all about it. It is just amazing. And I hate being that normie guy who's like, watch Breaking Bad. It's a good TV show. But it just is.
It's literally
it just is an amazing show.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but like, yeah, I've seen Breaking Bad. Think it's an amazing show. I have zero emotional attachment to it, which is why I didn't put it on my list, right? It I think Breaking Bad epitomizes everything that I guess does not interest me about like American TV shows.
What? What do you mean?
Where it's just
What do you mean?
Okay,
I'm my child already.
Yeah, I know. I'm like.
Okay, tell me why.
My perception of Breaking Bad is every reason why I am an anime fan, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right? Where I think Breaking Bad isn't like, I look at it as a critic, right? I think it's an amazing show. It's got so many moving pieces. There's so much care and attention that's been put into the writing and the themes and how the developments of the show evolve and everything like that. But it's polished. It's to me, it's like it's a show that's like polished to a point that it's I don't know how to say it. It's polished to a point where it just doesn't interest me. Is that weird? Is that weird?
It's like,
bro, I never even gave it a chance.
Why would you not want to see the pinnacle in like TV storytelling?
I think one big thing again is that it's so grounded in reality, right? Part of the reason why so many people are attached to so many of these characters is because they feel like such well. You
don't want your characters to feel real.
He's an isekai fan.
Yeah, but like I think it is an extremely tall order to make characters that feel real, and somehow Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are masters at making you care about these characters who are so well written and believable.
Yeah. They are incredibly well written to
a fault.
That's so strange. I've never heard anyone have that complaint.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't even know if it's a complaint. Right? I'm complaining that the show is too good.
We got to study Gaunt's brain.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes I like a bit of rawness in the expression. Sometimes I like a bit of unpolishedness. Sometimes I like it when something is just is not like this well refined.
It's too clean.
It's weird.
This is such a bizarre argument.
This is going to build on one of the shows that I've put on my
right.
which is this is half of a hot take, right?
Okay.
I think Breaking Bad is an amazing show, but I have zero attachment to Breaking Bad.
I can understand if you didn't have zero attachment to it, but I can understand that. Yeah. I just think I loved it a lot. Maybe it's because when I first watched it, I was like 16. Yeah. And I've rewatched it since, and I still love it. I just think it's just amazing. Like it just does everything so goddamn well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's like fucking number 2 on IMDb.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad now that it's over?
That's tough. I think
if you had to pick one of the two.
I think Breaking Bad offers a more complete package of hitting every kind of emotion. Saul is a very, very slow burn that really believes that in its storytelling and its characters to tell an amazing story.
Yes.
It knows that the characters in the universe are so strong that they can really slow it down.
Yeah.
And because the first 2 seasons, it's a very, very slow burn. Not that much happens. And it's like for 2 seasons, it's very slow. It's all just setting the stage, building up these characters, showing you why they're going to be why they are. And it's like, it's so rare to see a prequel that almost improves on what the main thing did and kind of offers even more reason to go back and watch the original.
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy's character of Saul in Breaking Bad is very funny lawyer man. But it just Better Call Saul turns him into this amazing grounded character where you can understand why he went down the paths he went down.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a great drama. But it's slow. It's very slow.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Breaking Bad might just edge it out for me.
Right.
Breaking Bad just hits the ground running.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably because it had to do a pilot. And whereas Better Call Saul had the brand ready
Had
to be
more
like,
wiggle room, right?
well, yeah. I mean, the reason I think a lot of people wouldn't watch Better Call Saul or wouldn't have got past the first season if they didn't know it was part of Breaking Bad, because it is just it just trusts that you want to see the payoff.
Right.
Yeah. I think I got a perfect analogy of why I'm not personally attached to Breaking Bad.
Go on.
So Breaking Bad is like if you built an AI computer and you programmed it to write the perfect TV show. That would be Breaking Bad.
Okay.
You know, it feels like it is the perfect TV show
with correct Spanish in it. Apparently, the Spanish is dreadful. I don't know how to speak Spanish. Apparently, the Spanish is like unwatchable for Spanish people. I'm so sorry, Spanish people. But at least in Better Call Saul, they have an actual Spanish person playing a character, and he's really fucking good.
Gustavo?
No, Gustavo is not even remotely Spanish.
Oh.
And apparently his Spanish is dreadful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently it's fucking unbearable because he's supposed to be playing a Chilean dude.
Yeah.
But he's from like Denmark or something and has African descent.
Oh.
So has no Spanish ties remotely. So people are like, bro, his Spanish is doo-doo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. It's like it feels like the perfect TV show, but it feels so good that it feels like it was written by a computer. And
why would you not want that?
So you say so what you're basically saying is that like some flaws in the show are good because it adds
Isekai
personality
has
to it?
actually rotted your brain.
I mean, it has. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but like sometimes, even watch like sometimes one of my favorite things is kind of like feeling a connection between the person who made this particular thing, this particular piece of fiction. I like feeling like I understand what they're trying to portray or express, you know. With Breaking Bad, I feel complete coldness because I feel it's just amazing. It's perfectly written, but I don't know what, you know, Vince.
So there's nothing wrong with like a show being like inherently perfect in its writing or like incredibly good in its writing, but like you need some kind of thing that gives you a connection between you as a viewer and the person who made it, trying to express themselves through the work.
I mean, that's why Evangelion was like.
I was about to say that's the most Evangelion thing I've ever.
Yeah, I mean that's why Evangelion is like one of my favorite anime of all time. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense.
I wonder if that's just a person by person thing. 'Cause I feel like I get it.
Oh, it's definitely a person by person thing.
I feel like I understand the messages they're trying to put out and the feelings they're trying to portray.
Yeah.
Well, I feel it's the same thing with music. It's like sometimes you just want to listen to a good song and not give a shit about who it's made by. And then sometimes you want to be like, well, I need to care about this song because I want to care about this person who made it.
Yeah.
I know Chris loves Better Call Saul as well. Good taste.